As another new year begins, and many are feeling the long-term fatigue of the ongoing pandemic, social unrest, divisiveness, and an earth that is literally groaning in travail, burnout is rampant, and mental health issues are on the rise. But even before the pandemic, as early as 2017, physician burnout was at such high levels that both government and health industry leaders were working together, investigating changes to bring relief. Then the pandemic hit, and the burnout situation has only worsened. Helping professionals and leaders across industries have experienced similar challenges. Sarah Hilkeman, when serving as a Cambodian missionary, hit a time of burnout, writing, "Burnout felt like my car had run out of gas. But because I needed to keep going, I was pushing the car around, trying desperately not to let anything fall through the cracks." Feeling like you're pushing a car around isn't just end-of-the-day fatigue. Burnout is a serious experience that can devolve into clinical depression and other physical and mental health issues. If burnout is haunting you, or just the state of the world is discouraging you, you might be tempted to bury your head in the sand or start the new year with a Scrooge-like, "Bah, humbug," especially when someone starts talking about new possibilities or recovery or trusting in hope. But I'm going to talk about those things anyway and encourage you to leave discouragement behind and start the journey of recovering from burnout as the new year begins. The journey of recovery from burnout and the journey back to hope from discouragement are journeys full of twists and turns, ups and downs, but they're not new journeys to the human experience. There was an ancient prophet in Israel who had to prophesy and preach to his fellow Israelites when they were discouraged and burnt out. They'd been exiled to foreign lands and felt abandoned by God. Isaiah delivered a promise of better days when he spoke these words from God, "See, the former things have taken place, and new things I declare." These new things were not better quickly, and Isaiah knew that better days were still a long way off. But his people needed to trust that burnout and discouragement were not the end of their story. Only then could they begin to perceive and eventually embrace new possibilities. The journey of recovering from burnout begins with that trust, that hope for something better. It's not a simple one-shot deal, more like the repeated vaccines needed for our bodies to resist the coronavirus. The renewal and strengthening of hope and health are a constant process, particularly amidst this world filled with fear and sorrow and anger. But healing happens. That missionary I told you about, Sarah Hilkeman, she found hope and healing by reaching out for help. She got counseling and then spiritual direction, and then she discerned she needed to serve in a different city where there were more colleagues and friends to support her work. Eventually, Sarah realized it was time to return to the States, where she now serves as a support person for overseas workers. Healing happens. Burnout does not have to be the end of the story. There's more to our life stories than just discouragement and frustration, for our lives are meant to be filled with purpose and hope. As the new year begins, you can write a new story. You may find, as most successful writers do, that writing is best as a team effort. So reach out to someone for support. Call a friend for help, hire a coach or spiritual director for guidance and strength. Ask a colleague to remind you to take breaks in your busy days. Invite family to join you for a movie night or a morning walk on the beach. Seek a medical appointment or a counselor. And if you need to, ask your boss for extended leave time from work. Let's help one another get back on the journey to healing and hope. In doing so, we can make this a very happy new year.